Hi, everyone. Welcome back to A Life Well Spent. My name is Kelly. If you're new here, welcome. And what I do on my channel is I am tracking my financial journey. So I do a number of different budget videos. I'll show you what my budget's going to be for the next month, close out my budget, do weekly check-ins, things like that. Today is actually April 30th. I am trying to record this before I have to head to work. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning and we're just going to go with it. There might be an alarm that goes off because right now I'm actually only able to do this via screencast. So, and I'm not really doing a lot of editing and stuff. Life's kind of crazy. I'm hoping to be able to start that soon, but not at that stage. It is what it is. With that in mind, we are going to get right into my budget. It's because it is April 30th. I have finalized my budget for May, and that's what this video is going to be. So this is a budget template that I created. I'm kind of working with it. There's a lot of things I like about it. I don't know that I like this design piece at the top, so I may end up taking that out and making it a little bit more simplistic, but it's a work in progress. Okay, so my expected income, I have 3 income sources that I list in my budget, my day job. My mother gives me some money because we pay we have combined bills for some things, so she sends me money to cover her portion of that. And those kind of things are all in my name. So we used to kind of have some of each, and then, so it kind of evened out, so there was never really any kind of back and forth, but now there is. So, and then I have a miscellaneous extra income. So like if I return something or get some kind of rebate or, something that comes along that I'm not necessarily planning for. So one time I had, actually, I think last month, there was a check that I'd gotten from work that was a reimbursement for something that I totally forgot. And in my job, outside of the pandemic, one of the things that I definitely would do is go to conferences, visit other schools and things like that. And yeah, obviously that's not happening now, but there was typically reimbursement that was associated with that as well. So then I always kind of needed this extra line here. So it's not typical income, but it's there in case something comes in. This may end up being the first month it doesn't, though. Actually, I thought that would be last month, but oh well. Okay, so and I can use this too for like if I sell something or, sometimes I will, if my friends and I are all gonna get together and contribute to something, and I pay for it and they're all like paying me their portion of that, like I'll throw that in there as well. So my total projected income for the month is $3,130.60. I will say this mom may adjust if I am out somewhere and I buy her something. If I'm a lot of times if I'm at the grocery store, I'll call and see if she needs anything. And if she does, then, she reimburses me for it. So sometimes that will adjust as well. So giving I have set at $100. And what I basically do is there's some money that goes directly out somewhere, different organizations that I support. And then the rest of it kind of goes in a kitty for, any kind of giving opportunity that comes up. And I actually really like having that because I hate when something happens, it's usually pretty sudden, that somebody needs assistance. And I don't want to have to sit there and be like, but I don't have any money budgeted for this and, try to like scramble in my budget. So it's nicer to know that like I just have that money and I don't even have to think about it and I can just give it and not have to go back and try to work it out my budget. So I love that I have that set up now. My mortgage 676.03. My electric bill this month is going to be $37.24. So if you remember a couple of months ago when mine like skyrocketed to like 60 some dollars, that's why I was so shocked because that's what it typically is. It's like high 30s, low 40s. It has never been in the 60s. So I was like, what? Not even like in the summertime running an air conditioner. So my natural gas, 68.82 because it has been a very, very, very cold April. And this is technically like April's usage. But the bill comes out in May. So I just included as May's budget. But anyway, we had a very, very chilly April. Typically I have my heat off in April. I told you there was going to be an alarm. And I'm going to have to grab this. Trying to reach. Yep, this absolutely, oh, got it. All right. Okay. Good times. I think that light I'm literally using my cell phone's flashlight as an extra light. So yeah, that's where we're at. Nothing professional here yet, folks. What was I gonna say? Oh, so it has been like super duper chilly. I haven't been able to turn my gas off, and it's actually had to run a couple of times because we've dropped into like the high 20s, low 30s, which is not common around here for April. Like some kind of chilly nights on occasion, but not like long stretches of it. So yeah, super not pleased about that. Normally by now it's down to like maybe like 45, $50, depending on how much I'm cooking. But yeah, there it is. That's annoying, but all right, $58. It's a flat rate for my sewer. I set my water at about $25. This is really the only one that I end up having to adjust one way or the other. But a lot of times I rarely ever use like even the minimum. So I get the minimum bill, and I rarely even use that amount of water. But we are getting into May. It's going to be planting season. So I'm going to get my garden going and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a good idea to up that just in case. And some months, like depending on how much rain we get, like I don't necessarily need to water that much. And so I end up not, even with a garden, overusing the water. So is what it is. Garbage, $15. That's a flat rate. I pay that actually once a year. So I set that aside into a fund so that it is there and available when the bill has to come out. And I don't have to try to adjust for like a $150, $60 bill in December when I'm already trying to, spend Christmas money and stuff. Cell phone, $45. That's about, it's like 45 and change, but if the taxes and fees kind of adjust a little bit, the 45 should cover it. That's for me and my mom. My mother gives me half of that. Actually, she gives me $25 because if you've watched some of my other videos, you know this, but if you're new here, my mother, we did a family share with our Apple plan, because I have a lot of like digital videos and then they can access them that way. And, yeah, I didn't realize when I did that like my banking information was going to be like the card on file for any purchases or anything like that. So my mom has a cloud storage plan for her phone, which is only 99 cents, but like that got tacked on there. And then there was something else that was like a yearly subscription thing that gets tacked on there. So she just kind of rounded up and it covers that. It's funny because I get the email saying this purchase has been made, and I just send her a screenshot and she sends me the money. If it's something else entirely and doesn't fit within what she's already sending me, then, and we just get a chuckle out of it at this point. Groceries I have set for $200. I thought about adjusting this down because I'm really focusing on trying to eat the food that I have. But in doing that, like I'm almost completely out of chicken. Like I think I just had 4 chicken breasts that I found in my deep freezer. And I know I cooked 2 of them, and I'm trying to remember if I cooked the other 2. So at best, I think I have 2 chicken breasts. I have whole chickens, 3 of them. I'm going to go take them to my parents probably next week sometime and show my mother how to make a chicken noodle soup from a whole chicken, which is amazing. And then, I don't know, I may take them over to her house to stuff a bird because it's starting to get hot enough that I don't want to run my oven for hours. So at any rate, like, well, I'll probably take them over there and use them for dinner. But I don't want to, like, I would like to have like chicken breasts on hand because I do eat a lot of that. So I'm probably going to have to buy some meat this month. So I just left it the way that it was. And we will see. Life insurance is $7.50. Gas, let's see. Gas, I left at $100. I may be taking a trip out to Erie. Not pleased about that. And it'll be for my mother probably. So she may reimburse me, she may not. But I'm going to need to up that. And now that I think about that, I am going to upgrade my cell phone because I will need actually, let's do that. I'm going to need my navigation system if I go. I don't know if I'm going to go yet. I'm kind of on somebody else's timeline there. So yeah, it's a whole thing. I'm super not going to get into it because I don't want to get into it. But it's just like a personal family situation. And so I may need to take a trip out there. So I didn't want to knock that down just in case. House and garden, I've up to $350 because it is planting season. I'm gonna definitely be buying some plant starts. I'm gonna be, doing different things, and I'm gonna try to add some plant life around my house, just to kind of make it, I think, a little bit more appealing on the curb, especially if I want to sell it. Got to do that. So that's that. Restaurant right now is set at $60. I kept it a little bit higher than normal because I know that I'm going to be going out with some friends, and thought I'm going to bump that up just in case so that I'm covered there. Personal, $250. Now, what I have included in personal, I absolutely need a haircut. Like, look at this stuff. This is ridiculous. And I haven't had time because of finishing up my internship, and I've had 3 papers to write over the last 3 weeks. And so I knew I was going to have to put that off till May anyway. So in May, I am absolutely going to be getting my haircut. I need to go shopping because I need to get something to wear in an interview. The last time I was in an interview was about 6 years ago, and I promise you I don't fit in that anymore. So I definitely need something new to wear, and everything that comes with it. So I don't want to spend a ton of money, but I want to make sure I have enough money there to cover that. I also plan to get a massage. I'm having a lot of problems with my back, my lower back especially. Some of it is muscular. Most of it is muscular, but I think there might be like skeletal that's causing muscular, but at least I can deal with the muscular piece and try to fix the rest of that. It's kind of like my lower back is all getting like messed up, and then it's causing problems in the rest of my back. So I have a gift certificate for a free massage, but I wanted to include like the tip and all of that kind of stuff in my personal budget. So that's why that's so high. I don't usually spend that in a month on myself. My miscellaneous, I'm still leaving at 100 just to kind of cover me. Like, that seems so high. Look at that number. That makes me almost want to vomit. $200 is going to go towards my student loans. And that is actually, so my parents and I had a deal when I went to school. They would pay for it. They wanted me to take out loans to make things easier on them, I guess. I don't know. They weren't following these philosophies either. So the $200 of the $225 is their payment for my student loans. Now, with that in mind, I don't want to keep these loans around. If my parents tomorrow said, hey, we can't do this anymore, I'm still on the hook for it because it's in my name, and I want to pay it off because I want to be debt free. So what I'm doing with any money that I have at the end of the month, once I'm done budgeting everything, goes to my student loan fund. So right now we're going to do, let's see, what's that say? 569.01. So that my budget is 0. I do follow a zero-based budget, which means before the month starts, every dollar has a place to go. Whether it's savings, whether it's expenses, whether it's whatever. So if I don't spend it in the end, like there are a lot of months where I'm actually under budget, I take whatever's left over and I put it towards whatever money goal I currently have. So right now, that goal is to pay off my student loans. It's not actually going directly to it, because if you've watched any of my debt payoff videos, or like my last debt payoff video, I'm waiting to see what happens with there it goes again. So I have a system with my morning alarms. Like, I get to doing things the more time I have before I have to leave. And I think like, oh, I've got time to unload the dishwasher. Yeah, I got time to clean this up quick. I got time to throw a little laundry in. And then I get to doing like all of these other things, and then I don't watch the time, and all of a sudden, like, now I'm late. So that series of alarms for me is designed to be like the first one. The first one that you heard was my like, okay, start getting ready now. And then I snooze it once. And then I know like at that point, like I actually have an alarm at like 7:01. And that's if you had to get a shower in the morning, if you haven't gotten your shower yet, get the shower now. And then I have the first alarm. I should be out of my shower and dried off. The second alarm is like, you should be dressed now. The third alarm is gather up your stuff. Or the second alarm, sorry, is like, you should be dressed now. Start packing get your lunch around. And then the third alarm is, and I snooze, so it's like 9 minutes apart. But the third alarm is, all right, gather up your stuff, like pack everything up in your bag, gather your keys and this and that and whatever, so that then I've got 3 minutes to do all of that before the alarm goes off for me to be out the door so I can get to work on time. So it's a whole thing. I will try to finish this before the next one goes off though. Okay. So I was talking about my student loan fund. So I am piling up cash for that fund. And I'm waiting to see what happens with student loan forgiveness and cancellation and stuff like that. That's a reminder for me that I have to run attendance when I get to work. Sorry, anyway, I have that fund set up if we get cancellation within like the year. And I sort of think that like once this like calendar year is up, like by December, I think we'll know whether or not like cancellation is really going to happen. And if it is, then that's great. And if I only get some of it canceled, that's fine. But like my goal is to try to pile up enough so that if it turns out that no, we're not going to get student loan cancellation at all, then I have it and I can just pay it off. And if we do get cancellation, like great, I'll put it towards something else. That's the current goal. See how that works. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is with me and my luck, if I paid my student loans off tomorrow, it's tomorrow, Saturday, come Monday, there'd be debt cancellation. And I would be like, awesome. Could have saved myself about $14,000. Great. So I'm waiting it out. Let's see what happens. It's easy to do, I guess, because I don't pay the payment on it already. I'm just piling up to throw it on after the fact. But okay, so that is it. Oh, excuse me. Another thing I put in my notes for this month is I'm finishing up my my internship, and I want to buy a gift for the folks who mentored me for the year. One I actually already bought, and I'll talk about that in my my wrap up closeout. It's called a closeout video. My closeout video where I actually like wrap up my budget for April, because I was looking for ideas and I saw the perfect gift and there weren't that many left, and I was like, okay, I'm pulling the trigger. This is definitely within what I want to spend on this, and I'm going to pull the trigger and get this because the person is going to love it. So actually I bought one of those last week, or last month. So the other one is going to be bought on this month's budget, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get for that one yet. I have an idea, but I'm not quite positive. And to be perfectly honest, I actually have a long time to give it to this person because they'll be out for probably like a week and a half, maybe longer. So I have some time to think about it and some time to actually go shopping for something nice. So that's a note in there for myself. That's another reason that I wanted to keep the miscellaneous at $100. I may pull it out of the cushion too. Haven't quite decided where I'm going to keep that money. It would be nice that if I could put it within my personal, but I don't know that I'm going to make that. 250 feels like it's pushing it for like a professional outfit to interview in, and a haircut and a massage. Well, a massage tip, I guess. But sometimes like, the outfit can be fairly expensive. I will probably have to get shoes for it because I also don't really have nice shoes I can interview with, which is sort of a pain. Like, I wish we could just rent those. And it really doesn't matter if we probably can online somewhere, but by the time something gets to me and I try it on, I have like I need tailored clothes. I have really weird measurements. Like my shoulders will fit in something, but my chest will not. And like my waist will fit in something, but like the thighs will not. Like it's a pain. It's a pain. So I don't really know that like that's going to be an option to do like any kind of online shopping version. So I'm going to have to like hit up a department store or something and hope for the best and kind of be, I will try to be as frugal as possible, but I also need something to be able that I can interview in and, you know, hopefully go on a few interviews next month. So that's going to be fairly early in the process. So I'll know early in the month if I have to make any adjustments or not. But okay, that's my budget for May. Leave any comments, questions below. If you have any questions about how I budget, how I do a zero-based budget, anything like that. I feel like I kind of explained it, but you never know. So if you like what you see, you're going to see some more of this. I will, now that my internship is over, today is literally the last day. I just have a few things to turn in. I will actually have time to edit videos, so I'm not just a rambling fool anymore. So they'll get hopefully better, faster. We'll definitely get faster because I can easily just cut and redo because I'll have more time in the day. So anyway, with that in mind, I will see you next time. My next video will probably be the wrap up video for April. So in a couple of days. See you then. Bye.